What's going on, guys? Matt here from DCLblogger.com. Going to be going through Decentraland launch, whether it was a success or fail, my opinion, people's opinions, different indicators that see if the volume has kind of continued now that Decentraland have displayed to the world, or for their little world, what the project is all about. Have people been excited when they've gone into the world? Have people lost faith in the project? What's been the outcome? I'm going to go through this in a few different ways. I'm going to go through this on Reddit. I'm going to go through this the way that all the criticism that has come up from a very neutral perspective. Obviously, I'm invested in Decentraland, so I'm going to put my perspective aside and just put it out there as to what people have said about the project. And then I'm going to add I'm also going to go through some indicators, like I said. So how's Mana doing? Are we still getting land sales? Are people dumping their land? What are the financial indicators to the question in this post? So first of all, let's kind of go to the Reddit thread. So this is Decentraland Reddit, which has been fairly quiet previously, but since the competition has been released, everyone's jumping in to say what they want to say. And that's great. We want criticism, and we need every criticism in the book. So I want to start with 2 days ago where they first launched Decentraland, which, to be honest, when they first launched Decentraland, I had no clue what to do. Sorry, when they first launched the Decentraland competition, I had no idea what to do. I expected some sort of a guide. I thought we'd just run around the whole world looking for chests or some sort of treasures. We didn't even know what the treasure would look like. The world is massive. The fact that you'd be running around this massive area with all this lag and load around you, looking for treasures, and you don't even know how many, do you need to find it before others find it. Had no clue what to do. So I jumped into the game, I remember, pretty much as soon as it launched, and it loaded fine for me. There was a bit of lag, but I put the settings on basics, and you can do that within. So you can go into settings, this is top right, you click on the icon, you go to settings, and you can change this from high, which I recommend everyone to do for the sake of load speed. Click it on basic, and now things move a lot more fluid, and they load a lot more quickly, and you can actually play the games that you want to play. Anyway, there's a guy there somewhere. There's a few people here. Anyway, so that's that. Again, that's what people kind of experienced in the first day of the launch, right? A lot of what the hell to do. Why is this thing so buggy and laggy? And let's go through some of the comments. So what exactly is there to do in this game? Created a character, had to walk, saw Genesis Plaza, couldn't even enter any of the buildings, and I think I'm done. What's there to do? Buy stuff for an avatar? Why should I? The horrible graphics and atrocious performance don't help. It's also completely empty of people. And that's a common criticism I saw, that there's no one, that you're not really bumping around anyone. So this world where we expected there to be people, there is no one in there. White elephant in the room, questions need to be answered. I try to play this game, but it's so damn laggy and it's a piece of shit. Doesn't even have a real game client, and the graphics are freaking awful. Am I missing something? It's really shitty. It's like a really shitty, laggy Minecraft. Also, if you don't have hundreds of dollars of real money or crypto game, it's useless. So funny you mentioned that Minecraft. I remember playing the game when minecarts didn't even work, and it's called Minecraft. Anyway, fast forward to today and see how good it is. I predict the same will happen here. And there's a bit of a discussion as to whether Minecraft is good or bad, and how it was in the early stages. Typo is the first thing that you see when you visit decentraland.org. Bug report, stuck loading. What else do we have? Why should you blah blah blah? No, those are beyond 3 days. But so much criticism. Constant error opening treasures that happen to so many people. How many do you think the founders spent for developing Decentraland? How many do you think the founders, I believe they raised, I don't know, 25 mil. How much do you think they spent on creating the actual game? 2 to 3 mil? I don't know, man. All I know is, like, if I had 10 mil sitting on my face and so long me browser, because I gone. Alright. I am asking myself whether I'd play this if there was no treasure hunt, i.e. no rewards going on. How do you get 20 million for this project and the game is absolute hot trash? Again, 2 days ago. So anyway, a lot of the criticism 2 days ago was the fact that there's so much lag, no one knows what to do. So then after that first day, I think the criticism kind of stopped coming in. And then on the second day, we had a little bit more positive comments when things were fixed. You can see this one. Well, I played Decentraland today, and it wasn't that bad, and I actually found 20 mana, which of course isn't a lot. I think that another reason why a lot of people, I think, found issues with it, especially me, because you're opening chests and you're finding nothing, and in some chests you're finding 10 mana. It costs more for the gas fee to claim that reward, and I was like, why would I continue doing this if there's just 20 mana rewards? So anyway, this guy seemed to like it. He goes, yeah, the mechanics are junky-ish AF. Master character control definitely needs blah blah. Anyways, um, and then I think he goes on to say that if it's going to continue development and it probably will get better. But anyway, basically a lot of mixed criticism, a lot around the current graphics, and I think a lot of people expected it to be a complete product, and a lot of people expected it to be a game. And I don't think Decentraland is a game; it's a platform. It's like saying Ethereum is a coin. It's a currency. Ethereum is not a currency. Ethereum is a platform where you can build whatever you want. Decentraland is built on Ethereum. So the value of Ethereum as a platform isn't just the token value. It's the value what an innovative person would put on the platform when building something out. So I think the Decentraland is the same thing. Yeah, you have games, and that's the current showcase model that we're having at the moment. We're having a game just to kind of show how Decentraland works. But people have businesses, people have music clubs, people have Vegas casinos. They have all sorts of kind of random things on Decentraland. And I think Decentraland land ownership will be for people that actually want to build businesses. It's not really for everyone. Not everyone would want to build um, things, right? People would want to explore what people have built. So once there's like hundreds, hopefully thousands of experiences within Decentraland that are consistently being updated, there's consistent events to do within Decentraland, I think that's when there will be value for people to come in to Decentraland. You don't have to buy a land. Land would probably be worth a lot more then, and businesses would probably have bought it and monetized it somehow, or built some experience showcasing something. But for people, the majority of people will probably be players rather than landowners. Um, so that's kind of the criticism and the positive comments. Not many positive comments that we had for the last 2 days. So anyway, that was the first day. No one knew what to do, and then came the blog post that honestly should have been there the very first day. It was Decentraland Treasure Hunt, a survival guide. So it basically goes through every single scene, and it shows you the difficulty level. And then we learned that the prizes actually get better in time. So you're going to get better prizes 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th chest as you are in the first chest. We also know that there were different realms. So for example, currently I'm in realm Unicorn Blue. Other people are in other realms called maybe Unicorn Red or Fenrir Gold or Fenrir Blue. There's like maybe 10 plus different realms of constant servers. Oh, there seems to be people in here. There's like multiple servers that people are having the treasure hunt in, and that's kind of one of the reasons why in the first day I wasn't bumping into anyone. I was like, where is the people? But now, when I was playing the contest now, there was quite a lot of people I was bumping into, which is a good thing. Yeah, and then we learnt that there is, pretty much the exact places that we need to go. There's about 48 different places where these chests are. Again, this direction would have been great if it was on the earlier days, on the first day. It also gives us how easy or moderate it is. So I started off just doing the easy ones, and it's pretty easy to be honest. All you do is just go up a building, or you press a few buttons, and it opens up a chest for you. And then as time went on, HP over here, which is one of the admins, he created this pretty awesome video tutorial of every single scene and how to find it. So he kind of goes through the lock codes, every scene, and how to find the chest within it, whether it be hard, and that is honestly exactly what we needed. So now you can kind of jump in, and it's also been extended till Wednesday. They made an announcement saying that the treasure hunt's been extended till Wednesday. So now pretty much everyone can complete all 50 chests. Remember, you're not racing against someone else. Just because someone else has found the chest doesn't mean that you won't. Your unique address has your own unique exploration journey. So you're going to be opening your own chests. You're still going to get chests that are empty, but the only reason why I'm continuing with this is one, to see the gameplay, and two, is it seems like the last chest that you open has a lot better prizes. So this is one of the last chests, has about 2,700, almost 3,000 mana. Some people have received a land and two mythic items. I mean, like that's probably the best chest I've ever seen opened. Um, that is that land itself sold, I think, for 12,000 mana. These mythics will sell easily for about 4,000 mana each, easily. Like I'll buy them. So that gives you a value of 20,000 mana just off that last chest. 20,000 mana. That's currently at 6 cents each. What's that? 1,200 USD. So I think it's worth just playing the game, finishing all of them just for the last chest. Now you can finish maximum 10 experiences per hour. So if you finish 10 different scenes in 1 hour, then it kind of puts you on a cap till the next hour, or 20 per day. So if you finish 20 in a day, then it caps you till the next day. So you've got 3 days left basically. So if you start today, you can still finish it and get the best of prizes. I think there's a limited amount of lands that are given away for the first like 30 that finish it. But anyway, that's been how Decentraland has gone. Now we know what to do. I wish all of this was out in the first day, but it wasn't. Now it is. People kind of are picking up. I kind of see bumping into people a lot more often. Hopefully we can consolidate in the one realm server. That would be amazing. That means that we can bump into everyone, talk to everyone, and instead of bumping into a few people like I seem to be doing here, I'll probably bump into 10 times that because there's 10 servers, right? So you can imagine, like, if I'm here, there's one person, there'll probably be at least 6 or 7 people running around me, which would be great. I mean, that's the sort of activity you want to have within an online platform. You don't want to visit anything. You don't go to restaurants just because you want to eat by yourself. You go to a restaurant because you want to socialize with others, eat with your partner or your friends. So you're not going to continue playing these platforms, whether it be crypto voxels or Decentraland, unless there's people to bump into, talk to, and do all, hang around with, play games with, explore things with. It's not fun unless there's people. So that has to be a major focus. And I think one of the feedbacks that I sent them was that in the future, it'd be great to have events in the one location. We know that the Genesis plazas are pretty big. So why not just like have a massive, if you want to do a treasure hunt, just do it in the Genesis plazas. Yeah, you can have 10 servers running concurrently, but at least we're all in the same area. We're not running around. And I think another thing that Decentraland, I realized an issue with Decentraland is when you're running around, and you can't expect everyone to have great graphic computers or expensive graphics, right? You're going to see a lot of these green loading buildings and stuff, and it's going to lag while it's loading, right? So if you're in a treasure hunt phase and you have to run around to do things, you're constantly in this lag mode. But which is the kind of model they have now. You run around, you find the chests. But now, but in the future, I think it would be much, much better if you have the treasure hunts in the one location, like I explained before. Because if it's in the one location, for example, pretend this is a big location, you can load all this stuff, and you don't have to keep exploring new lands. It doesn't have to keep loading all the lands around you. Once that one land area is loaded for you, you can experience the whole event. And I think that's what Decentraland use case will become. I think people are going to hold events in the areas and market those events. Oh, look, I'm going to have a clubbing event. I'm going to have an art gallery. I'm going to have this particular event. And then everyone's going to go into that one area and check it out. That's much more viable for me at the moment than running around with a lot of lag and breakage. So anyway, to me personally, this is, I'm going to give you my opinion. I expected it to be very laggy, to be honest. I was very anxious. I was like, how the hell are these guys going to get it up to speed on launch day? I had no idea how they would. And they did very well to get something out there and then fix it up over the next 2 days. And it's great that they prolonged the competition till Wednesday. But for me, it's a working product. I'm not excited about Decentraland currently. I'm excited about what Decentraland will become 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the track, when the hype phase of land is over and the land value is growing based on what people are building in Decentraland. And one really awesome example I had was I was talking to the Block Runner guys, and they said they had 400 transactions on the Block Runner game where they charge 10 mana per game, and if you pay the mana, then you can try and get the highest score, and you get the highest score for the day, then you win the pot, right? So they got 400 transactions within the span of 24 hours. I think it was within the span of the first 24 hours of the competition. That's 4,000 mana that they earned, split between I think themselves and the person that the land was on. You can buy the game and host it on your land, and you can split the pot or split the earnings that you get. But they earned 4,000 mana on their land. Now, suddenly, this is the first time I've seen some sort of an income to that degree on land that you can buy. So if you're buying a parcel of land for 12,000 or say 15,000 mana, and you're holding these games, if you're a really good developer and you're holding these games and you're holding events, you have a good marketing channels, you can bring people, you can get them to compete, you can get sponsorships. If you're getting 50 to 100 people in crypto playing these games, suddenly I'm sure NFT projects would want to have a banner there, and they may pay you like 0.1 Ethereum or 0.5 Ethereum. The business opportunity opens up the moment that you realize that you can monetize your land. So that example was an amazing example to me. I'm going to do a dedicated video for it. But again, I'm more excited what Decentraland is going to become 6 months to 12 months down the track. More than 1 or 2 years down the track, where the bugs have all been fixed. There's a lot more features. For example, you can't talk. There's no voice chat. It's not VR. That's still to come. VR is still to come. Voice chat is still to come. Mobile gameplay is still to come. Optimizations when load time is more to come, still to come. There's still a lot of better games that will probably be developed by bigger brands and bigger projects. For example, you'll go around, you'll see a lot of very similar builds. That's because a lot of this came from drag and drop builder, which has a limited amount of scenes. And some of these scenes were really, really cool. Like for example, you had this kind of pyramid hunt game where you had to run after this ghost and chase him. But he obviously beat me because while I record the video screencast, it lags my computer, so I can't run very fast. So anyway, he ran off. But anyway, you're supposed to follow him, and at the end, that's how you get one of the chests, right? So this is a lot more intricate and different than most of the other builds. You also had different games like this pretty fun game where you are supposed to, you go around, you find this head, and then you go around finding pages. You got to find 5 pages in the book. Then you're supposed to summon. You got to do something over here, and then it gets rid of this ghost. But anyway, there was this kind of freaky, cool build. Then and there was Coco Jones, where I had to run around throwing freaking balls at monkeys. I got him. And I think eventually you get a chest. Where is the chest? Where's that beautiful chest? There it is. Eventually you find that chest on the second or third floor. But anyway, yeah, some of the builds gave me an indication as to how cool this place could be. There's also this really cool build. You have to kind of find you have to find like clues to get into this area and then open up this chest. It's really an interesting thing going on here. It's like a dancing Santa and drunk penguins. Anyway, funny custom builds. So people are building their own unique spins on things, and there's honestly not that many yet. But again, 6 months down the track, 1 year down the track, it's going to be a lot more intricate than it is now. So that's that. Okay, let's kind of see from the financial aspect what's happened. Mana BTC, did people dump? Normally what I expect is when there is news that something is happening, that's when the mana price goes up. Okay, so I think somewhere here, Decentraland released that they are going to, probably over here somewhere, they kind of announced that they're going to launch Decentraland. And suddenly all these people kind of jumped in, started. We saw crazy land activity. We saw a lot of mana token go up pretty high. So the news that Decentraland were going to launch, that's when mana token went up. But usually what happens is when launch day comes, or of any other project, say for example, they finally have the day where they burn the mana, or they finally have the day where harvesting day happens. Usually we see a dump because it's hype that drives the price, and the hype happens when the news is sent out there in the first place. So I expected this to dump quite a bit, and it did fall from like say 620 to about 520. So quite a lot of Satoshi, but again, BTC volatility has to do with a bit of that too. And now it's kind of picking up, and I didn't see that much of a negative impact. I was scared, especially when I saw kind of 500 Satoshi days. I was like, well, there's a lot of sell pressure here. But now seeing that mana tokens picking back up currently, and we're also seeing land sales continue. So that was another issue I had. I was like, all right, is the land market completely going to die off when people realize how laggy this is? And you know what? It's still selling. Like, we're still getting people that are purchasing land. The bottom is still increasing. The cheapest land is like 14,000 mana. This was bought for 40,000 mana. So we're still getting some decent value sales. I think I saw some estates selling for pretty high numbers. So this one sold for 64,000 mana. So people are still buying land. People that still see utility within Decentraland and what it can build are still buying land. So this is 14 hours. So still, within the last 24 hours, we're still having consistent sales. 22 hours. So this is not even. So this is one day more. So 42,500 mana. We're still seeing big sales. Which is good for me, to be honest, because I was concerned that we're going to see a drop in land prices, because suddenly when people see that a lot of the land activity is crap, why would you buy these lands? But people seem to still be very interested in the land. The land market is one thing. Then we also had wearables go nuts because people are winning wearables, right? So basically, if I go to this cool little bot that I have here, Calendar notifies me every time there's a sale. You can see people are buying all kinds of things. 1,500 mana for these. All of these are selling for like 10 to 15 mana, 20 mana for the shirts that you can win on like the basic prizes. So I personally think that these will actually be worth a lot of money because this signifies launch. So if you're wearing something like this 2 to 3 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, if Decentraland becomes something big, and you've got this Decentraland launch t-shirt, which there's only 5,000 in the world, which may seem like a lot now, but like what if there is ever 100,000 plus players, this is going to be, a wearable like this is going to be extremely valuable because it signifies the very early days of what Decentraland was. So I am like trying to buy a lot of these, as many as I can. I think these will also be worth quite a lot too. For 15 mana, you can't go wrong. So I'm trying to buy as many as I can, but they're kind of tedious, so I'm not doing that. But anyway, there's a lot of sales happening in the wearables area, and if you check out the OpenSea rankings, Decentraland wearables is almost at 200 Ethereum. That's almost third place. Yeah, we're 30 Ethereum behind Crypto Voxels. But to think that we're above Super Rare, Sandbox, Avastars that just launched like recently, that's crazy. It's crazy to me to think that an NFT project revolving around, or a metric revolving around buying wearables or clothes for your digital avatar is reaching this level of volume. Anyway, that's crazy to me to see that, because that shows me that there is a lot of demand for what, buying wearables or an NFT project that has, you can kind of pimp your avatar out basically. So that's interesting to see that sort of thing develop. We've also had people continue to claim names. So I've got another bot here that tells me every time a name is claimed, so this address claimed Wilma, this address claimed that, blah, 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 and then you can do this really cool number command, and it'll tell you how many names have been registered. So it's 10,841. I think this misses the mark by about 300, so there's actually 11,000-ish names registered. Every time someone registers a name, it burns 100 mana. So that's 1.1 million mana burnt, and people are continuing to register names. So that's an interesting metric to see. The land market's still going on. I've had discussions with people some larger investors that still want to build and are negotiating prices for some of my estates. So for me, it's kind of people that have seen it as a game, a fully fledged game, have been let down. But people that have seen it as a platform that is showcasing what it can do are very excited because they're seeing that, oh, you can actually do all these kind of things and bring communities together with whatever they build. Maybe they build a hot desk for a crypto exchange, or maybe they build an e-commerce store. So people are buying land that want to build, and I think that's an important thing, that now that this launch is over, now we can focus on utility. We can focus on holding events, finding people, and actually building experiences on the land, as opposed to just being hyped by what we think it's going to be on launch day. Now the launch is over, it's all done. There's a couple of days to go, but now the focus is on building the project. But yeah, that is my 10 cents or 10 mana on Decentraland. Whether it was a pass or fail, I think it was a fail for many people who expected a game, a pass and a success for people like me that really liked the project and wanted to see people enjoying the game. And I think we've got some metrics to share. It was shared that there was like 700 people at one time max, logged in at one time, and people play all around the world. So people are logged in at different times. In America, it's different. In Australia, the time zones are different. And I think that we had like 4,000 new registered people. This was like on just the first day or something. So second or third day, I think it'll be a lot more than that. It'll be interesting to see what the metrics are once they release it. But to be able to get a lot of activity happening within the Discord chats, you can see the general chat has never been this active before. It's like going nuts. People are kind of always talking and like kind of sharing tips and tricks on how to do things. So it's great to see that holding a treasure hunt within Decentraland can get people to come there, compete, and drive an economy of some sort. So that sort of a use case has been proven based on this treasure hunt. So now it's a matter of proving other uses, like can gallery events or art exhibitions or other kinds of dance events, etc. Can they be sustainable models? So now it's a matter of proving these utilities. Anyway, that's about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's my thoughts shared on the project. If you still want to play and you haven't even started treasure hunting within Decentraland, I highly recommend it, just because you can still get the best of presents, except for I think land, because I think if you're in the top 30 or top 50 or something to finish the whole thing, that's when you get land. But if you're still wanting to win prizes, you're not, just because other people have opened that chest doesn't mean that you can't. You can go in there and open just as many chests. So I'd recommend you to get started. Go to decentraland.org, check the announcement, the treasure hunt guide. I might put the link in the description. You can click exactly the links here to go straight to the place. You can check out this YouTube tutorials for every single game. This is pretty cool. There's a bunch of really random, cool little showcases of what Decentraland can become. This one just shoots little UFOs, and you find the chest basically. There was another one where you had to find rats and you had to shoot those rats. It was pretty fun actually. That's it guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be publishing more videos. I took a break because I was staying up till 5 a.m. every day playing this damn game. But I will talk to you soon.